Alright, there we go. So now the stream is hearing me. Good. Alright. Everybody can see me and everything is good. I was trying to get you guys to where you guys can actually um, see the. Wow, I just realized that I messed up spelling Falcons. I am terrible. Okay. There we go. Whoops. Uh, anyways, stream is healthy. Everything's good. All right, guys. Let's go on ahead and get into this. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and post. Click post notifications on there. Because we definitely we want you to have post notifications on. I don't know. Anyways, so you guys can check out the next live stream. All right, I did this time. We did go into notes. So let's go ahead and get into this. My bad, guys. I did actually make notes this time. So I don't know if you guys, if anybody popped into the stream last stream, but let's just put it this way. It was interesting to say the least. Let me go ahead. Let me just get the stream up just so I can keep tabs on everything and all that good stuff. So I can actually see you guys in chat and everything. And then while that is going on, I have that stuff up, which I will be checking chat frequently. So go on ahead and do that. All right, today we're gonna go on ahead and let's go on ahead and get into what we were gonna talk about. So, which Falcon rookie is under the most pressure to perform this year? Now, I don't know if you guys actually know who the Atlanta Falcons draft class was, but we can go on ahead and get into it. The draft class. Hold on. Let me do this. I know this is already going bad, but anyways, let's go on ahead and go into experience. There you go. Now we can scroll down and get to the rookies. Xavier Watts, Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., and Billy Bowman Jr. And then obviously we had a Jack Nelson right here. This dude, he was our 7th round draft pick. Who is under the most? Who is under the most pressure, honestly, to perform this year? That is hard to say. I think it's hard to say who's under the most pressure to perform this year. As a rookie, I would say James Pierce Jr. for a rookie. But actually, really, I could say both of them. I could definitely see both of them being under the most pressure this year, specifically because of the fact that we haven't had any good edges. I mean, obviously, go to say Ebiketie as a 3rd round draft pick was pretty good, but as an actual 1st round draft pick, we haven't had one since. Wow, I'm blanking on his name. Tat McKinley. So Tat McKinley was the last one, and obviously we drafted in 2016. We drafted Vic Beasley, which I guess you could say is the last good pass rusher we have drafted. So to say that all, I think the most pressure is definitely on the two edges. Who would be the biggest one? I think it's James Pierce Jr. And the reason why I say that is because I think James Pierce Jr. We traded back up for him, and we traded next year's 1st round pick to trade up to get him. So I believe James Pierce Jr. is definitely the guy that everybody's looking at as, hey, we traded for him. We traded our 1st round pick for him next year, and I think it was a couple other draft picks. So we definitely need to, we need to see performance there. Um, so that's my take on it. Let me know. Feel free to leave comments um, on whether or not what you guys think. I will say, just real quick, I will hop over to the post real quick and show you guys. So I asked the question, who will have a better year? Mind you, doesn't mean one will have a bad year, it just means they had a better year statistically speaking. So someone voted James Pierce Jr. I actually kind of agree. Honestly, I think James Pierce Jr. From what I've heard, he's a more polished edge, and he's more of an edge. Jalen Walker is a do-it-all linebacker, not really a straight performance player when it comes to that. So, um, I had something popping up. Sorry, guys. Uh, anyways, getting back into that. Obviously, James Pierce Jr. I believe is going to be that next step up for that edge. And honestly, I think Jalen Walker will be kind of a do-it-all back or do-it-all linebacker. I think James Pierce Jr. also I think is going to be playing the edge on situational downs. I don't think he's going to be a down-to-down edge rusher till later on in the year. I think later on in the year, once he starts heating up, once he starts getting into the flow and he starts figuring things out, and you start seeing that progressively, I think that's whenever you'll see James Pierce Jr. a lot more. Um, just going ahead and get into another topic. Um, I asked, do you guys think Jalen Walker should have gotten number 11? Me personally, I do not think he should have gotten number 11. I think one is too new. Um, Julio literally retired this year. So I think that's too new. I think he shouldn't have gotten that, or he shouldn't have gotten number 11. Um, Going off of that, let's go on ahead and let's talk about uh, just another thing. Um, we'll get into one more topic real quick. I do want to get into another topic because I have all these are all my notes. I'll show you guys. I have notes here, just showing you guys. I did actually take the time to do this live stream tonight. So something that I want to go on ahead and throw into there. Atlanta Falcons are going to Germany. That is in week 10, and we're going to be playing the Colts. I don't know. Over the years, I think this is a different regime, but over the years, rookie to somewhat movable quarterbacks like Anthony Richardson has given us problems. Now, whether or not Anthony Richardson can stay healthy for a full season, we will see. Um, that's kind of all I have for that. Just going ahead and I'm just gonna go on ahead and show you guys regular season stats and everything, just to give you guys something else to kind of look at here. Um, Actually, I can go to probably go to history and go into real quick. I know, guys. You guys are trying. Y'all are trying to see whether or not I'm gonna mess up. Show you guys my internet history. Haha. Jokes on y'all. I don't have any vampires in the vampires file. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that. Let's just go ahead and pause this. Anyways, uh, I'm gonna put this on the screen. Not really trying to show you guys too much. I'm gonna go on ahead and get into what I was gonna talk about. This is gonna be uh, Atlanta Falcons are going to Germany. They're gonna be playing the Colts. Obviously, like I just talked about, Anthony Richardson. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. We will see when Week 10 comes around. I also think Week 10, those pass rushers could be coming along. So we might not even have any problems with Anthony Richardson, to say the least, with two guys that have 4.4 speed on the edge. Let's go on ahead and let's also talk about that's going to be a 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time game. The Falcons away opponents. So this is something I do want to talk about because I think the schedule is very important and also timing. So we will see what all happens throughout the season. But once they officially drop the NFL, the schedule, maybe we can get into that and do some predicting. That might be another live stream that we do, is doing predictions on what we think wins and losses are going to be this year. Something that I will say, so the Falcons away opponents are the Saints, Panthers, Tampa, obviously. But the Cardinals, Patriots, Jets, 49ers, Vikings, Colts. Now we're gonna go over that, but home game, Saints, Panthers, Buccaneers, Bills, Commanders, Seahawks, Rams, Dolphins. Right now as it stands, I'm gonna go on ahead also get into just a little bit real quick. Based on Vegas forecast wins total, Atlanta Falcons rank the 4th on easiest schedule. Again, that is Vegas forecasted win totals. They're ranked number 4 in easiest schedule. Now, it's the NFL, so what's considered easy might not always be easy. So take that with a grain of salt. What interests me for opponents is all of our away games seem like they're I guess I would say my fear, I fear probably the 49ers. I don't know about the Vikings. I think the Vikings are a good team, but I also don't know what their quarterback is in McCarthy, JJ McCarthy. We don't know what he is. Now, he had a really good stint in the preseason, but he didn't get to play. He had an ACL tear, I believe, is what it was. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. Just checking to see whether or not you guys had any more things for me. Okay, so underrated players. I think we'll talk a little bit more on that schedule and everything. What scares me is really the Vikings and 49ers. The Cardinals, I feel like, are a hit or miss. You never know what the Cardinals are going to bring. Obviously, they had a really rough season last season, but it's a new season. I think they drafted another player, so we'll see what happens. I don't even know who they drafted. Actually, we can look that up real quick. Let's see. They're Walter Nolan. So they drafted Walter Nolan. They also drafted Will Johnson in the 47th overall pick. So, I mean, Will Johnson was projected to be, a first round talent. So that's really good. And then Walter Nolan. So a lot of people were actually talking about having picking Will Johnson. So for him to fall like he did, I know he had problems with injury concerns. So for him to fall like he did, really good for them, I guess. Especially being able to pick them up. Now, if he can stay healthy, then that's a steal, a real steal. Go on ahead. Let's get over to this again. All right, so underrated. And let's just talk about real quick underrated players that can make a difference this year. I believe Darnell Mooney to start off with just Darnell Mooney, and I can actually go on ahead and scroll down because this is where I got it from, is right here. But you know, you guys can read what it says and everything, but I'm just going to go on ahead and talk about what I see. He caught 64 passes out of 100 targets for 992 and a career high of 5 touchdowns. Now, Darnell Mooney, I feel like really helped us spread the field this year, and obviously he didn't play the last game or two. So now I will say Drake London didn't struggle at all when Darnell Mooney was out. And I also believe that Michael Penix started using Kyle Pitts a little bit in the sense for spreading the field again, right? He has that 30-line strike against the Commanders. And I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm tired of people writing Kyle Pitts like that. I get he's the number 1 or number 4 overall pick, but dude, he's not considered a bust. I don't know what people consider a bust these days, but let's just go on ahead. Let's go to here. Now, targets 47 to 74. Just not like amazing or anything. And obviously only 3 targets here. He had 5 targets, 44 yards, and a touchdown, the clutch touchdown. He wasn't used a whole lot, but also this was during the struggle, right? These 3 games right here, these 3 games were Michael Penix games. Now, New York Giants game, Michael Penix threw for 200 yards, I think, that game. So not a whole lot of yards thrown here. He did throw for a lot of yards here. He threw for a lot of yards here. Obviously, he didn't get really utilized here. Now, does that change later on? We'll see. Especially, this is what bothers me so much about people talking about Kyle Pitts as a bust. He had an injury this year. He still showed signs of injury in this year. And then this year, you know, I'll say this, right? And I'm not an analyst to be able to question effort. I can't question effort, but on the other hand, what I will say is I believe that Kyle Pitts is not he's not bad. Like he also improved in touchdowns, right? Improved in touchdowns, and to go into it one step closer, we'll go. I don't know if the NFL. Maybe we can do this. I don't know if we can go by. If we can go by. Where is it? Yeah, I don't think we can go by tight ends. But if you go by tight ends, right? Tight end stats 2024. Tight end receiving stats leaders 2024, right? So here you are. You have Brock Bowers. Again, this is whenever Brock Bowers is pretty much the only person that can get open. By the way, Kyle Pitts here that he went off, right? By the way, Kyle Pitts right here. Just going ahead and highlight this. Kyle Pitts is number 13 on this list for tight ends. 13th. He's a top 15 tight end. He's not in the top 30. He's not in the third or not 30. He's not down here in the 30s or something where, you know, you're having problems. He had a top 15 season, right? And not only that, we'll go by receiving touchdowns. He was, let's see, we're 5. So he's at, hold on, 4, sorry. At 4. So he's technically tied with the 11th. So he's still top 15. And this is what bothers me about these guys that talk about Kyle Pitts and, oh, should we sign him? And, oh, I don't, sorry. Let's just close that, yeah. But having Kyle Pitts, what bothers me so much is the fact that Kyle Pitts, yes, could he do better? Absolutely. Absolutely he could do better. And can he be, up here with these guys? Yeah, absolutely. Let's go by receiving yards. Kyle Pitts, 13. Again, I know we just looked at this, right? There's only three tight ends, right? Three tight ends. Three. Three tight ends that caught for 1,000 yards. Three out of the entire season, right? Three. And then let's go by targets. 74. 74 targets. He's number 15 for targeted tight ends. Number 15. So I don't know what people are expecting. I don't know what people expect. He's still number 3 for average yards a catch, which matters. Which matters. Average yards per catch is 12.8. So he averages you over a first down, almost 3 yards over the first down line every single time he gets the ball. So this is what bothers me, man. Now I get this part. Now I can 100% understand 47 to 74. You want that percentage higher, right? You want to be 50 to 70, or you want to be 78 and 94, right? You want those percentages higher on the percentage of completion rate, right? Whenever you throw the ball to Kyle Pitts. I 100% understand why people talk about him the way they do. On the other hand, though, he is 110% better than what people are trying to complain about. People complain way too much about Kyle Pitts, man, and it really bothers me. I'm not gonna sit here and just defend him. Oh, Kyle Pitts is this and this and this. But on the other hand, he is better than what people make him seem, and it's stupid to go that route. Anyways, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to what we were getting, talking about here with Darnell Mooney. That 64 to 100 range, right? That's almost 60%. Actually, that's 60. That's literally 64% catch percentage when targeted. So, with that being said, 5 touchdowns, career high. Probably could have helped us in both. I don't know. Did he play? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if he played. Let's see if he played in the because I want to see whether or not he played. Did he play? He played in the Washington game, so he did play in the Washington game. I think he got injured in the Washington game though. So Washington game, obviously, that doesn't help us, right? But on the other hand, like I said, he got injured. Can't blame him, right? Can't blame him. Got injured, and you had to play Carolina, right? You still had to play Carolina. So, with that being said, he would have hit 1,000 yards. All he needed was really one reception for 8 yards, and he would have gotten what was it? Yeah. One reception for 8 yards, he would have had 1,000 yards, right? 1,000 yards on the dot. Anyways, and Darnell Mooney was averaging a little bit more than just, he was averaging I think 50, 54 yards, 50, 54 yards a game. But anyways, getting back to what we were talking about, right? Leonard Floyd, I think, is also an underrated veteran, and I truthfully believe that he is going to light the league up, right? Now, okay, maybe not light the league up, but he's gonna be better, right? We can go on ahead. I know I already scrolled to it, but this is what I was going to talk about right here. He ranks 8th overall in sacks and 12th overall in quarterback pressure since 2000, and was obviously available this offseason. We went out and got him for a 10-year, $10 million contract, fully guaranteed. And if we're being honest, right, I'm pretty sure Leonard Floyd last year had a decent season. We'll go, bear with me. So Leonard Floyd, we can look at what his stats were. It was 8.5 last season. And we could probably go even in more depth there and go with tackles for a loss. I think we can find tackles for a loss in here. So, see if we can find TFLs. Can we find tackles for a loss? What are they called in here? Maybe I'm tripping. Am I tripping, guys? You guys see it? Passes defended. Nope. Solo tackles. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe we go splits. Does that do it? Maybe stuffs is what it's called, and not necessarily tackles for a loss. I think tackles for a loss is like a Madden stat. So stuffs, right? 7.5 stuffs. I think there is a tackle for a loss stat. I can't find it. It's kind of frustrating, honestly. A little frustrating. Yeah, a little frustrating. I really can't find this thing. Anyways, yeah, can't find it. But just to you know put it on there, right? He's 32, so that's kind of he's in the back of his journey. But anyways, just to throw that out there again, 8th ranked in overall sacks and 12th in pressures since 2000. The year 2000. So, man, we're looking up. I also think so. There's another breakout candidate on that page, the Atlanta Falcons. Falcoholic also talks about Xavier Watts. Also talks about Xavier Watts. They go and say only one TD allowed, and that was in 2022. This dude obviously played till 2024, and then obviously came out in 2025 NFL draft. So this dude is, he performs, right? One TD allowed. One TD allowed. Now, I'm not going to sit here. Obviously, he was drafted low, but he's also an underrated prospect, right? We'll scroll down and go on ahead and do it. Ridiculously underrated in the NFL draft. I'm just going to talk about this, right? 13 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, and the opponent passer rating of a 41.9. This dude is a no-fly zone, and we picked him up in the 3rd round, I believe. 3rd round, because Billy Bowman Jr. was picked up in the 4th or 5th round. That being said, I think actually we can see it right here. Yeah, 96 overall pick in the 3rd round. That being said, we got him. By the way, he was basically taken top 100 in this draft. Again, this dude's a dog. Look at this. Throwing anywhere near Watts last season was a nightmare fuel, in particular for quarterbacks. This is when he allowed 17 catches on 32 targets for 179 yards, 115 after the catch, no touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 4 pass breakups, and an opponent rating of 30.1. Guys, this dude is a dog. He is a dog. So, again, he is a dog. Go and do your research for yourself, man. He is a dog, and I'm excited. Hopefully, he comes out here and he performs. They go and say, is Watson iffy tackler at times? Yes, he is. he had 13 missed tackles last season, and as part of the breakneck style. Um, he did 25 snaps last season at the middle of the field safety, 42 as a split safety, 17 in the slot, and 8% in the box, and 7% at the field cornerback level. You can deal a few extra tackling drills. So, a few extra tackling drills. Again, this dude is a dog, man. He is a dog. Here's Doug Farr from NFL. Xavier Watson, 4 seasons at Notre Dame, 1 TD allowed in 2022. So 2 years it took him, or he did 2 years with no TDs allowed. 13 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, and an opponent rating of 41.9. Let's get out of there. This guy will deny enemy quarterbacks from anywhere and everywhere on the field. Slot, single high, 2 deep, you name it. Guys, I'm excited. I'm excited for what is coming. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you guys have anything you guys want to talk about, just leave comments down below. Leave comments down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification so then we can talk more Falcons talk. Also go check out those posts on the channel. Go to the post. Go on ahead, go through all of them if you want to, or just go to the post that I commented about what you guys want to see for content, and let me know what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see me play on the game, Madden, we'll play obviously the Atlanta franchise, or we can play the cornerback. I'll even do head-to-head at times. We'll bring back head-to-head again. With that being said, make sure to leave a comment on this live stream or video. Just leave a comment in the video so we can actually we can build something, guys. We need to build something. We need to build a community here. I know there's a lot of content creators, but on the